Bubba Golf is back in the Big Easy.
Welcome to PGA Tour Today, presented by MasterCard.
It's been 3 weeks now since Bubba Watson claimed his first major championship at the Masters, and though we haven't seen him on the course since then, there's been no rest for the defending champion of the Zurich Classic of New Orleans as he tees it up for the first time since putting on that green jacket. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Amanda Balionis. Watson went straight from Augusta to New York City, where he made his rounds in the national media outlets, and from there he went to TPC Sawgrass for Tim Tebow's charity event. And then he settled in at home for some bonding time with his now 2-month-old son, Caleb, who he and his wife Angie adopted just 10 days before the Masters. And now the new dad, who has an entirely different life from when he won this tournament 1 year ago, is looking to defend at TPC Louisiana. Watson will need solid, consistent play this week to survive the field that holds nearly half of the players inside the top 30 in FedEx Cup standings and 12 major champions. If he can repeat his stats from 2011 from tee to green, he should be in pretty good shape, as Watson ranked first in driving distance, greens in regulation, par 5 scoring, and he was first in ball striking. This year, Bubba is still going Bubba long as he leads the tour in driving distance, averaging 313 yards, and he ranks second in greens in regulation. He'll be teeing it up with Webb Simpson, who lost to Watson in a playoff here last year, and Steve Stricker, who has not missed a cut on tour since the 2009 PGA Championship. That is 48 consecutive starts for the veteran. Also, keep an eye on the grouping of world number 2 Luke Donald, Keegan Bradley, and Players Champion KJ Choi. Choi is looking to gain some momentum here after missing his last 2 cuts. They'll be teeing off at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. And speaking of Luke Donald and Keegan Bradley, they participated in the 100-Year Challenge, a celebration of Zurich doing business in America for 100 years. And what better way to do that than by throwing on some throwback clothing and using some old-school clubs. Bradley and Donald were joined by Ben Crane, Ricky Fowler, and others as they competed in the 3-hole event, where each player was given $1,000 for their respective charities, and then the winners, Crane and Camilo Villegas, were given another $1,000 for their charity of choice. For more on the conditions that we can expect in round 1 at TPC Louisiana, let's throw it out to our guys from SiriusXM PGA Tour Radio.
Amanda, the players this week are going to be greeted by, a little bit of wind. Going to blow all week long, but it should be a fairly consistent wind and not any more than 15 to 20 miles an hour. If it gets any more than that, boy, the ball is going to blow all over this golf course. A golf course that gave up more others on tour than all but 4 other courses. Now, guys I talked to, Graham McDowell and Charles Howell III, have played well here in the past. They say you got to keep the ball low. In fact, GMAC says he who hits the most greens likely will win this week. Fred, they got a chance to hit the green at 18 now in 2, don't they?
Bob, you're exactly right. 2 big changes here at TPC Louisiana. One back at the par 4 13th, added about 40 yards length to that hole. Players will no longer be able to drive that green. And the other change here at the par 5 18th, they have severely changed the bunkering complex. The bunker in front of that green has been decreased. The green is now open on the left-hand side. That should entice players to go for this green into now able to run it up onto the putting surface when the hole is located on the left-hand side. And Amanda, that's where it's usually located on Sunday afternoons. I'm already predicting an exciting finish to this tournament. Amanda, you can catch all the action on PGA Tour Radio, SiriusXM. Our broadcast begins Thursday at noon Eastern Time.
Thanks, guys. Golf Channel will have your live round 1 coverage from 3 to 6 p.m. Eastern, and log on to PGAtour.com for everything you need from the live leaderboard to the tour report.
PGA Tour Today is presented by MasterCard, which invites you to play like a PGA Tour player at select TPC courses. MasterCard is a proud sponsor of the PGA Tour.